Welcome back, Flare community. I hope you're well and having an incredible Thursday as always. And yes, some of you may notice that this is a pre-recording. Sadly, I'm not able to live stream tonight. One of my friends actually recently graduated today as a doctor, so we're going out to celebrate that. But that's not why you are here. You're here for the weekly news catch-up. All of the news that is happening on the Songbird and Flare network, and we're going to jump straight in usual style as we normally do with the Flare FTSO monitor and check out the performance of the various signal providers or data providers on the network. Topping the charts this week is Evolve FTSO. In second place we have Price Kraken. In third place we have Light FTSO. Fourth place belongs to Nortso, and in fifth and final place it is EDP FTSO. Congratulations to all you guys that made it into the top 5 this week. We're going to jump over to X-Haven, which is currently the leading NFT platform over on the Flare and Songbird network, but we do have something else upcoming, which we'll talk about in just a minute. So topping the charts in terms of volume here, we've got the Focus Pass with a huge 1.95 million for the week, which is actually pretty impressive. In second place, we have the Blockbones traits. In third place, the Blockbones NFTs themselves. In fourth place, we have the Oracles. And finally, in fifth place, we have the Loyalists collection, done by none other than Enosis. Moving on to news here, I guess it's in relation to the validators. A new validator has just launched on the Xtoad, so you can delegate to any Xtoad validator and get the most comprehensive staking package on the Flare network. Yes, it's not just FLR staking rewards and the monthly Flare drops that you can get. You can also get weekly airdrops in SRibbit, weekly chances to win Xtoad NFTs, and they're over on the XRP ledger. You've got huge jackpots of 5 million SRibbits, and we actually have 24 individual Blockbones NFTs that are given away every single week, increasing in rarity. So just something to note, all you have to do is stake with any Xtoads validator. Be sure to join their Discord and let them know that you are staking. Yes, if you didn't already know, if you've been hiding under a rock, there is the Flare drop that is now claimable. This is the most recent one, number 17, I believe just over a week ago now. Just a reminder, because if you aren't claiming these airdrops, unfortunately, they will get burnt. So make sure you're claiming, make sure you're compounding, and make the most of your FLR. Moving on, this is something that I did want to bring to people's attention because I have seen a lot of people asking about this. It's talk about the scheduled network inflation changes, and this did happen last week, I believe. But if you look here on the Flare network, in year 3, it actually reduces to 5%. And what is this inflation? Well, this inflation is the amount of new FLR that is being created. And where does it go, you may ask? Well, this is where your delegation and staking rewards come from. This is where they originate. So with that in mind, with the reduction of this from 7% in the second year down to 5%, sorry, you may have noticed a reduction in your reward amount. So this is the same for everybody. And if you're delegating, you may have noticed it sooner because the epochs or the reward epochs for delegation are every 3.5 days, whereas if you're staking, they're every 2 weeks. So the most recent staking rewards, I believe, was the first time that you may have noticed this impact. Generally though, staking is much better returns than delegating. So just something to note. And yeah, I just wanted to say this actually too, just to put things into perspective. You cannot have it all. You can't have low inflation and high rewards. So a lot of people were talking how good the rewards were, but how many tokens have been increased, or the token amount or supply has been increased in the early days. Of course, the more the rewards they are, the higher the rewards you get. This is a trending this is actually going to trend towards 0% because there is a hard cap on this, on the amount of tokens that are created. So something to bear in mind. I think we've got the best, I guess the lion's share of the inflation rewards, because now it's half of what it was in the first year. Excuse me. Moving along, there is a new proposal, SIP03, Songbird Improvement Proposal to upgrade Songbird Network to mirror Flare Network. And this simplifies the developer experience and really, I guess, reduces the amount of networks that people need to interact on. There may be potentially a merge of the custom test networks as a result, but this is very much welcomed and I guess just a nod to the developers. There's a lot of networks involved with Flare and Songbird. Obviously, you have the main nets, well, the Flare network, you've got the Canary network, Songbird, and each of them have their own test net too. So this is a step in the right direction, and the proposal, I believe, is already open. If we go here, SIP notice period is ending soon. The voting period is actually from the 16th until the 22nd, so there is still time. If you have had your SGB wrapped, you can vote. I think it's overwhelmingly in support from the Flare community, but just a little reminder. Moving on, yes, this is quite a big one. The Flare network, obviously with the recent announcement there I made about the inflation rewards, the Flare network has entered its third year of operation. So this was actually on the 14th of June. Mark it in your calendars. That's when the Flare network was officially born. And yeah, look how far we've come. Almost 1 million wallet addresses. This is no mean feat. Average block time of 1.8 seconds. Just over 88 million total transactions and just shy of 27 million blocks. Quite impressive. If you agree with me, I certainly think it's impressive. 3 years of flawless, or 2 years of flawless operation. And of course, we're entering the third year now and many more years to come. This is an update on STP07, which was approved on May the 27th. Rewards for the FTSO, the Flare Time Series Oracle Fast Update on the Songbird network, start the 18th, which is today. So if you are a part of the Songbird delegation crew, be sure to check this list out and ensure that your signal provider are actually supporting this initiative. So definitely check that out if you haven't already, and I guess fast updates are just around the corner. Yes, we have this from SparkDEX, a new decentralized exchange that is coming on to the Flare network. Now, something I will say, this application is offering perps where you can have leverage, and just a word of warning, most people get burnt when it comes to leverage trading, so do take that with a grain of salt. And if you do choose to dip your feet in, don't go anything crazy and go up to the maximum limit of 100x. That's a one-way ticket to Wrecked City. If we go over here, we speculated last week about who created this, and it was indeed can't remember who the team was behind it, but they launched on Polygon. I think it's QuickSwap. Yes, here we go. So QuickSwap is actually the developers behind this launch. So they've got history, and of course, just as you may have noticed there, 192,000 followers. So maybe we'll see an influx of people coming into the Flare network, because I believe they do have an airdrop for their current holders too. So pretty interesting stuff. But on the realm of DeFi, if we keep moving along, Kinetic Markets recently had a space over on X here. Definitely worth listening to if you haven't already. It's only 31 minutes, but it's quite concise, and yeah, they was answering questions from the community. If we go back here, this is something that I paraphrased from this discussion. And it was that we know that liquidity on the Flare network decentralized exchanges is important. Therefore, we are working very hard with some new partners to put together an incentive plan for Jewel, which is their native token. And for me, you know, it just screams Enosis, because I think that's what they're going to use as their launchpad. So Enosis have this platform, the decentralized exchange with the farms, and they offer a service called the Launchpad. And in fact, I was the very first person to utilize this with the Blockbones project, which obviously I'm running. And basically you provide some incentives, they provide all of the infrastructure in terms of the decentralized exchange, the trading, the farm, the rewards, and they can emit that to reward participants, those who are providing the liquidity. So I'm just taking that with a grain of salt, and we've got Catalyst here, who also reminded us that you can see these the Enosis pool swaps over in this infographic, which is very interesting. Of course, you've got Skepta here with the liquid staking. It interacts with Kinetic, where they can use this, and even a little shout out to XDeFi here. It's going to be interesting to see how all of this liquidity converges with each other and you know, provide something that is really interoperable and seamless between these applications. So interesting stuff there. Staying on the DeFi realm, I guess. This month's Helion airdrop is now claimable. Of course, this was on the 15th, but you are eligible to claim this if you either hold Helion or you hold XFi over on the Songbird network. So don't sleep on these airdrops. They get burnt every single week, and in fact you can see how much has been burnt. Yes, sorry, they get burnt every month in accordance with in line with the airdrop. So this month, a grand total of 232,516 Helion has been burnt. In total, this brings up the burn amount to 3.65% of the total supply. So if you're not claiming, maybe you should do so. But if you don't, I'm not going to complain, because it also increases the share of everyone else that is actually claiming. So just something to note, there is one more Helion airdrop left, so bear that in mind. Yeah, moving on to NFT side of things, Focus are releasing that NFT marketplace in the near future. As I did mention, I think it's going to be interesting to see a little bit of competition for Sparkles to maybe hopefully catalyze the rate of development. And yeah, just another option for us as users of the network. Speaking of this, I did just want to put out a little bit of a word of warning. So True Gems, which is the new NFT marketplace built by Focus, which is going to be launching soon, they are going to have a feature where you can create your own NFTs. Now, I am very much appreciative of those who are talented and have the ability to create great artwork, right? And that's one of the things that this is going to unlock. But you also have to see the flip side too, where I guess malicious actors can, or maybe not malicious actors, but artists can create something and have a grand vision, but then don't have maybe the skill set, I guess pertaining to being a developer and building and interacting with smart contracts. So they may hire other people to fulfill that functionality. Now, hiring people, especially in the Web3 space, is very dangerous because there are serial scammers that go from one chain to another, and you know, they reside on these platforms such as Fiverr, where you contact them, they say, yes, I'll do some work for you, and there may be some backdoors within the smart contracts that the artist is not going to be aware of because they're not able to read the code and sort of vet it and analyze it, right? So this is just a word of warning from me that although it is a great innovation, it's going to unlock a wave of new activity in terms of NFTs. Just be careful. Don't go putting all of your money in a new project that says that they're going to have a metaverse, they're going to have a staking dApp, they're going to have you know, inbuilt games, they're going to have this. You know, until it's actually been built and it's functional, it doesn't exist. And you've also got to consider the risk of who is the development team as well. Something that I'm actually very paranoid about, which is why I do a lot of the heavy lifting with Blockbones myself. In fact, all of the heavy lifting, because I know that, well, it's me, right? So I don't want to hire anyone and put anyone at risk with that. But speaking of Blockbones, yes, you can get your hands on trait crates pretty much for free. So if you have Blockbones NFTs and you've got some low rarities, maybe the forests or the zombies, you can head over to the Blockbones NFT crematorium here. This is the dApp. You can connect your wallet. You load the token ID of the NFT that you want to burn, you select the trade crate, and you can basically swap them over. Swap the NFT for an unrevealed trait crate, and you also get 1000 BNZ as well for the pleasure. So something to note there, if you do have a surplus supply and want to get yourself some trade crates, all of them are actually going to be going live in the very near future too. This is a word from Pico, quite a recent one. Pixel Chain Games, I believe they're getting very close now, and this is a project that I've had my eye on for quite some time, and I'm excited to see what they bring out. They said that they finished 4 smart contracts for the game, and these are the name of the contracts. What you need to know, I guess, from this is that it seems like they're getting a little bit closer. I just like the pixel art style as well, you know, it's gonna be interesting, and I want to see exactly how this develops. But I'll let you know once they do launch, because like I said, it's they've been on the edge of launching for quite some time, but I'll keep you updated either way. If you are a developer or you want to find some flaws in the Flare network codebase, then they certainly welcome you. And if you can find any flaws or any bugs, you can get paid for the privilege. So just to let you know that they've introduced a bug bounty program powered by ImmuneFi. Security is paramount for Flare. Help us strengthen our ecosystem by finding vulnerabilities and earn up to $250,000. That's $250,000 in FLR rewards. No KYC required. KYC meaning know your customer. If you want more details, you can find it over on the Flare Network website. Finally, we're going to wrap up here with just a word of warning, because I have seen some more people, unfortunately, getting scammed. Your secret phrase and your private key is your access to your account, right? This is of paramount importance that you understand. Secret phrase should be kept a secret. Your private key should be kept private. This is akin to a password which gives you access to your emails. And if someone said to you, "Can I have your password?" what would you say? You'd say, "No. Don't share your secret phrase or private key with any person, any application, any support staff," in quotation marks. They are trying to steal your funds. You have a lot of people that may say, "I'm part of the Flare team and I want to help you. All I need is your secret phrase." No, that's a scammer and an impersonator. Anyone that asks for your secret phrase and private key are looking to take your funds, even any applications, right? So just be very wary of that, because I hate it when I see people, unfortunately, get scammed out of their hard-earned savings. So that's pretty much it, guys. Again, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here, please feel free to subscribe, like the video, all of that good stuff. I do wish you an incredible weekend ahead, and until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.